beautiful out. Bunch of snow. So I'm just kind of thinking about all the stuff that's going on in the world with, everything is just kind of being brought to light. And, God was speaking to me and he goes, John, so many of my people are living in fear. They know my scripture. They know my word, yet they still live in fear of the future. They forget my protection. They forget that I am their father. And he brought me to a scripture verse, Psalms 92, 7 through 8. You'll have to look it up, but it basically says, though 1,000 may fall at your left and then 10,000 at your right, no harm will come upon you. I will keep you safe and you will only observe the punishment of the wicked, something like that. And I was just like, wow, that is so true, because me personally, I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about the plans that God has for us all. I'm excited for what we're about to step into with the new earth and higher vibrations. And, that's why it's so important to heal, to work through different issues that you're struggling with in your own life. Review your heart, review your actions. Look at how you're living, look at how you're thinking, and I hold myself to a very high standard. I know the battle is against the war is on consciousness. That's what the war is about. And that's where you win, is in your mind. That's where you have victory, is in your mind. When you have victory in your mind and in your heart, in your inner world, it will reflect outwardly. It will follow you. Everything you touch will turn to gold, basically. But having that imagination for the future in a positive way, not destructive or into the world or anything like that. No way that we're about to see fruit trees bear more fruit than ever. The air is going to be cleaner. The water is going through a filtration system. The earth is purging and just getting rid of all the nasty and the toxins and the things that aren't vibrating at a higher vibration. So if you're living in sin, if you're, harming people, all that stuff. But it's so true. So now the world that I'm living in, of course, we all have our own idea of the world and, how it looks to everybody. Some people are living in a world of fear, of the unknown, of all this tragedy. And though that may happen, you will be protected if you are following love, God, higher vibrations, kind thoughts about other people, kind thoughts about yourself. It's so true. So the world that I'm living in I'm living in excitement for what's to come. I'm looking good is around every corner. I believe that good is around every corner. And that this world, my son is going to grow up with the world being a better place because of all this that's going on and working itself out, because God has a plan. And I believe my son, when he has kids of his own, that the world is going to be even more beautiful than it is now. But we have to go through these things. It's the circle of life. It's how everything works. It's why there's yin and yang, good and bad. We're in an age of enlightenment right now, where people are starting to consciously wake up and be aware of stuff and start to actually throw some logic at things rather than just take what people tell you that are in a position of power, like the media. They just spoon feed everybody every day. Here you go. This is what you need to think. This is what you need to believe. And then, don't forget to be scared, because we'll lose control if the mass of people aren't fearful. And also the enemy knows that our imagination is a preview of life's coming attractions. So if the mass consciousness is rooted in fear because we create from our thoughts and what we speak, if the mass population of people in the world are imagining fear and scared of the future, they will create that into the physical realm. And so if we all collectively live in excitement, in knowing that we're protected, knowing that we have an abundance of what we need, and believe that, the world will turn into an incredible place. But I don't know if that will ever happen, but it would be cool. Could you imagine